Honestly, I wasn't expecting to make a video on a show like 30 Coins, but I wasn't really expecting to enjoy this show that much because it's primarily, for one, primarily in Spanish, and this wasn't on my radar until my dad watched it. So shout out to him for putting me onto this show because, dear God, this show is actually pretty goddamn good. Subtitles are a godsend to help understand what's going on in this series because the story that goes on in this show is pretty damn fucking nuts. I will tell you that. Partly why I think this show is this crazy is because basically it's like a novella. If you know what a novella is, it's like a Spanish soap opera, right? A Spanish drama that isn't just a Spanish drama, but a horror novella, which is honestly, from my knowledge, I'm not an expert or anything. It's pretty rare to see like such a mix of horror and Spanish drama together. So damn, like it's just done so well, and it's just so crazy that the story is pretty good. The monsters are pretty damn good too, and just the overall just drama, romance, and action parts actually meld together pretty well, and it's actually pretty enjoyable, and it surprises the shit out of me, honestly. Each episode is at least an hour long. It follows primarily three people in this town: Elena, the town's veterinarian, and Paco, the town's mayor. And it also follows the town's recently appointed pastor, Father Vergara, who with him comes events that will shake the town's very foundation. And I'm not just quoting some bullshit ass anime quote or anything like that. It literally goes ahead and shakes the whole town's foundation. It's pretty goddamn crazy. This show is pretty bloody, pretty bold in its blood and gore, as well as its creepy and unsettling themes. There is sexual content in the show, which, be warned, it's 18 plus. And it surprised me because he just popped up randomly in the latter half of the season, and I was just sitting there like, oh, well, damn. Which is, it's not a bad thing, especially in a show like this, but it definitely did catch me by surprise because it didn't feel like that type of show. But anyways, the main plot of the show is all about collecting 30 coins. These coins were the same ones that Judas was paid for betraying Jesus. Apparently, these 30 coins not only give abilities, but give status in a certain religious group that's part of the main Catholic Church, which is hunting down these coins not only for the abilities, but for the status it brings with the coins being in this group. So you get kind of lost when getting into that sort of area of the story, but it makes sense, right? It makes sense. But what also makes sense is, I'm not gonna lie, the philosophy behind the group isn't wrong. There is sense in there, but the fact they are enacting it while using supernatural phenomenon to get what they want, no matter the bloodshed, is pretty crazy. It's pretty goddamn nuts. How far the supernatural stuff goes, from terrifying monsters, demons, ghosts, scarecrow clones, mind control, voodoo, and some other crazy ass stuff. So it's pretty out there in terms of the stuff they touch on. Some of the side stuff is actually pretty interesting here. The relationship between Paco and Elena deepening even though he is married, which is another thing entirely, where he doesn't really feel the same way towards his wife like he did before, since the marriage feels more like a business partnership more than anything else. Paco is trying to do more with with the push of his wife, but ultimately finding that he isn't suited for what his wife wants him to be, which is, it's fair, I suppose. The side plot with Father Vergara and his faith was always cool, as well as dealing with his own demons was fun to watch, as well, especially when he was captured and, he was interrogated and so on and so forth. Like, it's actually pretty interesting, like the side plots, the side stories. It's actually pretty damn cool. The show, being a novella, does well in the drama department as well as the mystery department, which is is actually pretty good. They do it pretty well. It knows what it is. It doesn't try to dabble in every genre of entertainment. It doesn't try to be funny or preachy, but keep things sort of realistic. I say that in a very loose term of the definition of realistic. I say this as probably the most realistic scene I saw was when Paco got stabbed and Elena saw this, and not just go and run back to help him. She did the smart thing and ran away. She ran away and called the police to help deal with the situation. most realistic shit I have ever seen in a horror-based show or media in a while. It actually made me laugh because I'm sitting here like, wait, she's actually running away? This is for real? But this show does have action, suspense, horror, thriller, drama, and of course, a tad bit of romance here and there. It all blends together in this odd but fitting amalgamation about a religious group collecting coins to bring about the end of the world for the betterment of this world that will balance this evil that they brought upon the world with even more good. Trust me, it makes some type of sense when the show explains it better. That's what I got out of the show, the philosophy they were dealing with, out of everything and everybody that questioned it. I'm just sitting there like, damn, like I don't want to say everything because I don't want to spoil it, you know. I don't want to go ahead and spoil it for anybody that actually is interested in this show. I thoroughly recommend 30 Coins. At least watch the first episode if you're curious, because Jesus, the first episode was such a trip. The first episode itself could be its own movie, but I'm so glad it was limited to like an hour and 20 minutes and it's just such a good show. Honestly, it's such a good show. That first episode was such a banger. Everything was perfect and how it set up everything, and it was just such a great opener to the show. Like, Jesus Christ. This show can be seen on Max or on the high seas of the internet if you're brave enough. Show is pretty damn good, so I would give it like a rating of a 9, honestly. And season 2 is here. Like, you know, it's premiering every week so far. And, you know, I would give it a watch. And not too many people seem to have this on their radar, and it's a goddamn shame. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay healthy mentally, emotionally, and physically. See you guys next time. Thank you for watching.